I want to ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community.
It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them. It's really something to see constantly. How many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. You know, give credit where credit is due.
What I found interesting about, like, as soon as this interview hit, like, Reddit like started posting all these like links and articles, like, just making fun of him. And like, I mean, it's kind of weird because you know, it's this Olivia Wilde who made a movie. The main villain is basically based on Jordan Peterson, and like, I think she called him the hero to the incel community, which is I thought it was kind of weird because it's like mostly what he seems to preach is self-responsibility, and you know, if you're not happy where you are in life, then you need to look inward and self-improve yourself first, which seems like the exact opposite of what the incel community would want to hear.
Yeah. So we're in a very interesting time in our culture where you're supposed to be tolerant of everything, but the tolerant people don't have to be tolerant. And so they say, oh, well, you need to be tolerant everything and tolerant to everybody and every idea until it comes to something they disagree with. And then they say, no, we don't have to do that. So we have this really conflicted society that's going on right now because they want all of their stuff to be tolerated and accepted and praised. But as soon as it comes down to something when they go, oh, well, I don't like that, then they refuse to show it as well.
So how much do you know about the incel community, Phil? I'm just curious.
Not too much. I know that. So this is. There's been a constant problem in America with what to do with young men. And it's really been a problem for as long as we've known it, because if there's no war to go to, then they start causing trouble. And some of it needs to be caused. I'm not even saying they're all wrong. But they have to have something that occupies them at a high level, or else they don't know what to do with themselves. And so right now in our culture, it's really shifted over to sports, because we don't really have the wars like we used to. We're not drafting. So it's really, the emphasis has gone into sports. And that's kind of been the answer to what they're going to do with the young American male is, well, get them into sports, get them doing something productive there. But it's kind of just been a constant problem, because you have to get them involved with something meaningful.
Well, a lot of the society pressure seems like it's just trying to do away with masculine traits completely.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of like, you know, just driving people like underground, basically. Like, I think Jordan Peterson was the first person who I actually heard who said that, you know, you should take responsibility for things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the heck? No one's ever said that. Like, I don't remember anybody saying that, like, on a mass scale to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should take responsibility for yourself and your actions and your life.
It is interesting, and he brought this out, how this group called incels, it's just okay to make fun of them.
Yeah.
And that's really strange because we have all these other marginalized groups that I don't know. I don't think we should make fun of, like transsexuals. Homosexuality was for a long time. Now it's mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I don't think any of those groups should be put down.
Well, I think some people are okay with it because the incel community is pretty like off the rails. Like, they're pretty toxic.
Yeah.
They have a number of mass killers who have been incels. Now, I think what Jordan Peterson's point is that he's not just talking to incels. He's talking to all men, all young men who are feeling like they're just getting like bitter against the world, the way things are set up, and just being frustrated where they are in life, and they like just don't know what to do. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he I don't think he's the incel hero that some people are portraying him as. I think a lot of what he teaches is like the opposite of what incels talk about, which is like, you know, women owe me a relationship or sex or whatever, and you know, that's just not true. And Jordan Peterson says that it's true. He says, like, you know, you need to look at yourself first. Like, if you're not satisfied in life, you need to figure out what's wrong with you.
Yeah, it's you know, again, we're kind of getting to social media and how much is actually real. Mm-hmm. How much on Reddit is actually real.
Well, I mean, like, a lot of people's views on Jordan Peterson come down to like a 4 or 5 word quote that he said one time.
Sure. Well, that's easier. Yeah. That's easier. We all tend to do that. That's easier if you can just dismiss somebody as crazy.
So another thing I thought was funny, Phil, is that you know, you keep hearing about how men need to get more in touch with their emotions and all this. And as soon as Jordan Peterson starts showing some emotions, like, a bunch of people come down on him.
Yeah,
it's like, it's not even like about anything that he said. It's just they're just happy that he's suffering. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he said this or I disagree with him here. It's just like, yeah, I'm glad you're suffering.
Yeah, and I really hate that part of the toxicity of the internet. But we have to remember, even those people, I mean, they're still people as well. And so even the people who are being toxic on the internet, and they have to just tear something down, well, that's because they're not doing well.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's the hardest thing to do with it, is to go, okay, yeah, it's not me against them. It's, you know, we have to figure out a way to also help them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess they probably also get like some enjoyment out of it too.
I'm sure.
You know, you can focus on someone else, or like you can focus on ruining someone else's life while not focusing on your own.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's a horrible long-term plan, but it's great in the short term.
I cannot imagine myself being that focused on someone else's life. Like all these people who follow all these influencers and being like you basically like build a relationship with them in your mind. Dude, I cannot imagine that.
Yeah, but we have to remember, though, a lot of people are hurting a lot. And so they're trying to escape whatever's hurting them.
Yeah.
And so they kind of latch on to people who have power in some way. It just draws people in. They want to latch on to it and be a part of it. And that can be a very good thing, and it can be a very bad thing. And so they start living vicariously through these people and what they think are these people's lives.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I probably do some of that. Like I have people that I admire online who like I like their their take on life or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I like that person. But I mean, the truth is, like, I don't know the first thing about that person.
Yeah. Probably any of the people that I like or respect online, we probably wouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be because I think they're necessarily mean or anything like that. But I mean, it's just probably not.
Is there anything else we need to address here, Phil? We just talked for like an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you read this book that he came out with?
12 Rules of Life, or the new one is like 24 Rules for Life.
Oh, yeah.
I've read the 12. Correction, I've listened to the 12 Rules of Life.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was mostly like good advice.
Yeah.
It's mostly self-help stuff. Take responsibility for your life.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up for yourself. That kind of stuff. I don't remember the rules. Some of it, I think he gets like so philosophical that it becomes counterintuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's comparing human societal relationships to like lobsters.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, I can't really connect with a lobster. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of you see a lot of repeating patterns in like societal hierarchies in the animal kingdom. So I think you can learn from it.
Yeah.
But I would pick a different subject matter than lobsters.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
You worn out from thinking so hard?
No, I'm doing all right. I enjoyed it. I was thinking a lot about this stuff today when I was running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, something about like runner's high that like just makes you go like straight for like philosophical subjects.
Yeah. Maybe. I feel I have difficulty. I have difficulty controlling my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe I do go philosophical, but I have difficulty. If I want to think about something, I have difficulty just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, I know what you mean. For me, it's like be running and like right as I'm about hitting my like 1 mile, like oh, my legs hurt. They hurt so much. It's like, oh, it hurts wearing off a little bit. Hey, why am I alive? What's the point of life? Why are we here on this world just to suffer?